sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
welcome back to Steelman, where we score debates using competitive debate criteria, matter, manner, and method. Today we're analyzing the interview that broke the internet. Jordan Peterson versus Cathy Newman on Channel 4. This isn't about who's right or wrong politically. We're scoring pure technique. Matter, the quality of arguments and evidence. Manner, composure and delivery. Method, structure and logical consistency. Let's see who really won this viral exchange. The conversation starts with Peterson explaining his message about responsibility and growing up. Newman immediately challenges him on his 80% male audience.
And of no use to themselves and of no use to anyone else and no partner for a woman. There's nothing in it that's good.
Watch Newman's interrogation style, rapid-fire questions, frequent interruptions. In competitive debate, we call this controlling the floor. But does it help her score?
see, you admit it's mostly men listening. I mean,
It is.
90% of your audience is a male,
Well, it's
right?
about 80% on YouTube, which is YouTube is a male domain.
Peterson maintains steady composure, carefully choosing his words. He says he's very, very careful with language. That precision will matter for his method score. Initial scores are close, but watch how the dynamic shifts.
But does it bother you that your audience is predominantly male? Isn't that a bit divisive? Okay.
See, because I'm very, very, very careful with my words.
Here's where things heat up. Newman cites the 9% gender pay gap. Simple, powerful statistic. That's solid matter.
The gender pay gap stands at just over 9%. You've got women at the BBC recently saying that the broadcaster is illegally paying them less than men to do the same job.
But Peterson counters with multivariate analysis. He's not denying the gap exists, he's explaining why it exists. Agreeableness, age, occupation, personality traits. This is textbook method, addressing complexity rather than simplifying.
It does seem that way, but multivariate analysis of the pay gap indicate that it doesn't exist.
Newman tries to corner him. So you're saying women are too agreeable to get pay raises? Notice that? She's reformulating his argument into something more attackable. In debate, we call this straw manning. It's effective rhetorically, but costs method points.
Why should women be
put up with it?
content
I'm not
not
saying
to
that
get
they
to
should
the top?
put up with it. I'm saying that the claim that the wage gap.
Peterson clarifies, it's one factor of many. He maintains his position without taking the bait. Matter advantage? Peterson. He's citing specific research. Manner, both maintaining composure. Method. Peterson leads. Newman's straw manning hurts her structure score.
Agreeable people are compassionate and polite. And agreeable people get paid less than less agreeable people for the same job. Women are more agreeable than men.
Again, a vast generalization. Some
It's not
women
a
are not more
generalization.
agreeable than
Yes,
men.
that's true, but
Newman shifts tactics. Only 7 women run FTSE 100 companies. This is strong matter, concrete, verifiable fact.
Only be 7 women running FTSE 100 companies in the UK. Why would there still be a pay gap, which we've
well,
discussed
that's
at length?
easy to
Why are
answer
women
that
at the
question.
BBC saying that they're getting paid illegally less than men to do the same job?
Well,
That's not fair, is
let's
it?
go to the first question.
Peterson's response is fascinating strategically. Instead of denying discrimination exists, he questions whether everyone wants these positions. He describes the 70 to 80-hour weeks, the sacrifice required.
The first
That's not
question
fair.
might be, why would you want to do that?
Why would a man want to do it? I
Well,
mean, there's a lot of money, it's an interesting
there's a
job,
certain
you know?
number of men, although not that many, who are perfectly willing to sacrifice virtually all of their life to the pursuit of a high-end career. So they'll work. These are men that are very intelligent. They're usually very, very conscientious. They're very driven. They're very high energy. They're very healthy. And they're willing to work 70 or 80 hours a week, non-stop, specialized.
Newman interprets, so you think women are just more sensible? Another reframe. She's consistent with this technique, but in competitive scoring, repetitive fallacies compound negatively.
Top.
So you're saying women are just more sensible. They don't want that because it's not a nice life.
Peterson stays disciplined, acknowledges some barriers exist, but maintains his multivariate framework. This consistency helps his method score.
Like men, for example. I mean, to get to the top of any organization is an incredibly competitive enterprise. And the men that you're competing with are simply not going to roll over and say, please take the position.
So let me come back to my
absolute
question.
all-out warfare.
Now, for the moment that went viral, they're discussing trans pronouns and free speech. Newman challenges why Peterson's free speech should trump trans people's right not to be offended.
And this is, you got in trouble for refusing to call trans men and women by their preferred personal pronouns.
No,
I want to
that's
ask-
not actually true. I got in trouble because I said I would not follow the compelled speech dictates of the federal and provincial government.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Peterson's response is brilliant debating. In order to think, you have to risk being offensive. Look at the conversation we're having right now. Watch Newman's face. She realizes she's caught in her own logic. She's been risking offending him to pursue truth. Peterson's response is brilliant debating. In order to think, you have to risk being offensive. Look at the conversation we're having right now. Watch Newman's face. She realizes she's caught in her own logic. She's been risking offending him to pursue
See
truth.
what the hell's going on.
So
And
do
that is
you-
what you should do. But
and
you're
do you
exercising
think-
your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
So you haven't sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
Ha, gotcha.
you have got me. I'm trying to work
about
that through in
time.
my head. Yeah. It took a while.
It did, yeah.
Took a while.
Pause. Gotcha. This is peak manner scoring for Peterson, using the opponent's framework against them while maintaining respect. Newman actually laughs and admits she's stumped. In competitive debate, when you can make your opponent concede using their own logic, that's maximum method points. The famous lobster discussion. Peterson explains serotonin, hierarchies, and 350 million years of evolution. This is high-level matter, scientific evidence for his argument.
Fighting and the lobster. Tell us about the lobster.
Well, that's quite a segue. Well, the first chapter I have in my book is called Stand Up Straight with Your Shoulders Back. And it's an injunction to be...
But watch Newman's technique. So you're saying we should organize our societies like lobsters? This is her signature move, the reductive interpretation.
Lobster, we divulged from lobsters in evolutionary history about 350 million years ago, common ancestor. And lobsters exist in hierarchies, and they have a nervous system attuned to the hierarchy. And that nervous system runs on serotonin, just like our nervous systems do. And the nervous system of the lobster and of the human being is so similar that antidepressants work on lobsters.
You're saying that we should organize our societies along the lines of the lobsters.
It's her 15th straw man of the interview by our count. In formal scoring, this pattern would devastate her method score. Peterson patiently explains he's describing what is, not what ought to be. He's using descriptive claims, she's hearing prescriptive ones. This distinction matters in debate scoring.
Saying that it's inevitable that there will be continuity in the way that animals and human beings organize their structures. It's absolutely inevitable. And there is 1/3 of a billion years of evolutionary history behind that. Right? That's so long that 1/3 of a billion years ago, there weren't even trees. It's a long time. You have a mechanism in your brain that runs on serotonin that's similar to the lobster mechanism that tracks your status. And the higher your status, the better your emotions are regulated. So as your serotonin levels increase, you feel more positive emotion and less negative emotion.
Let's break down the core techniques we observed. Newman's strategy, aggressive questioning, controls tempo, constant reframing. So what you're saying is, interruption tactics, 43 times by our count. Appeal to emotion, discrimination, fairness, victimization. Peterson's strategy, precision language, exact, careful wording, multi-factor analysis, avoiding oversimplification, evidence-based claims, studies, statistics, examples, composure maintenance, never loses cool despite provocation. In competitive debate, Newman's approach works for manner. She's forceful and engaging, but it destroys her method score through repetitive fallacies. Time for final scores. Matter. Quality of evidence. Newman, 6 out of 10, good statistics, but limited depth. Peterson, 8 out of 10, multiple studies, detailed examples, scientific evidence. Manner, delivery, and composure. Newman, 7 out of 10, confident, aggressive, but interrupts excessively. Peterson, 8 out of 10, calm, respectful, occasional smugness, costs points. Method, structure, and logic. Newman, 4 out of 10, constant strawmanning, repetitive fallacies. Peterson, 9 out of 10, consistent framework, avoids logical traps. Total scores: Newman, 17 out of 30. Peterson, 25 out of 30. Peterson wins on technique, not politics. His victory comes from disciplined argumentation and refusing to be derailed by mischaracterization. The lesson here isn't about gender politics, it's about debate technique. Newman's aggressive style makes for compelling television, but weak, competitive scoring. Peterson's methodical approach may seem less exciting, but dominates in formal assessment. The key takeaway? In real debate, straw-manning your opponent might win applause, but it loses points. Steelmanning? That's what wins. What scores would you give? Drop your matter, manner, method ratings below. And remember, we score technique, not politics. Until next time, this is Steelman. Keep your arguments strong, your logic clean, and your evidence solid.